When the sun heats the surface of the sea, water begins to vaporise and rise. At about 200 feet up, the water vapour cools and condenses into clouds, which are essentially large masses of water droplets. These clouds are carried by warm air rising. If heat from the sea is actually strong enough, it forms tropical storms. In the case of Hurricane Mitch, the tropical storm was formed over the Atlantic by strong west-pushing winds. It was pushed over the Atlantic towards the Central Americas. Autumn in the Central Americas region is regarded as hurricane season. Mitch continued to pick up large amounts of water, increasing in its size, until it got to speeds of 75 miles per hour, and on the 27th of October, it was officially a hurricane. As it passed over the warm seas of the Caribbean, it was picking up around 2 billion tonnes of water per day. The United States Met Office had been monitoring its path for several days. They had seen it would be making landfall with the northwest of Honduras, so the Central American weather offices were given a 20-hour notice that the hurricane was going to hit. Although the area was used to hurricanes, such as Hurricane Gert in 1993, a Category 2 hurricane, Mitch, by this point, was a Category 5 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale, the second most deadly. On October the 29th, it hit the Honduran coast, depositing vast amounts of rains. At this point, it was sucking in water from both the Pacific and the Caribbean. Honduras is a very mountainous nation, so the rain was funneled down the mountains and through the valleys, making the water flow unbelievably fast and caused huge landslides. Huge rivers of muddy water ripped through the whole communities and they were swept away. In the capital of Honduras, Tegucigalpa, whole shanty towns were ripped apart, with 60% of all buildings in Honduras damaged as a result. 70% of Honduran crops were destroyed, which is extremely damaging for the nation because it is largely an agricultural-based nation. The hurricane continued to move east of Honduras and then back northeast, ripping through Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico, and then to Miami. Although the hurricane itself didn't pass through Nicaragua, it was possibly the most second affected nation by the hurricane after Honduras, due to the vast amount of rainfall, which caused huge landslides to ravage through the nation. The rainfall left 70% of the roads unstable or destroyed, and greatly damaged 92 bridges, displaced around 368,000 of the nation's population. And all in all, damage in Nicaragua is estimated at around $1 billion. It is estimated that around 20,000 people were killed as a result of Hurricane Mitch, with 11,000 killed and 11,000 missing. Businesses, buildings, homes were all brushed aside. The effects were so destructive, places such as the town of Morolica in the south of Honduras were entirely flattened.